late 2011, the Kenyan Defense Forces invaded Somalia and the attacks began again, this time more frequent. According to the police, there have been at least 17 terrorist attacks.
We will defend our territorial integrity through all measures. Wataona kwamba Kenya iko. Kenya ni nchi ya mashujaa.
They should apprehend those people and remove them from our community.
Police don't believe that he could have been the one who detonated the American embassy. The death toll was 212. None of the patients claim to have seen anyone through, and some of them the Kenyan National Hospital were in serious condition.
2 terrorists have been confirmed dead out of our activities this morning. We have identified and killed 2 criminals.
Wengi walionekana wakiwa na silaha walizodai ni za kujikinga.
His family residing at the hotel was asked to identify themselves.
The law into their own hands.
During last week's raid, police arrested 2 men. Terror group Al-Shabaab.
The blast left 7 people dead and 29 others injured.
However, the police arrested 30 people.
In the relationship with the terrorists.
Unajua chochote kinatokea?
Najua.
Assalamu alaikum. Mambo Nairobi. This is probably my last broadcast on Wazi FM. Right now, outside the station, police officers are ready to break in. I'm trapped. No escape. No back door. If I'm lucky, they'll arrest me.
Na bunduki.
Unaje tukitisha backup ya askari wengine?
Kutoka lini kwa mwoga?
Unajua huyu si kama wale wengine.
Nyamaza na unifuate.
So please don't forget us. And remember the dream of Wazi FM. Kumbuka, bado tunaweza ishi pamoja kwa amani.
Was Wazi FM a political project?
No, definitely not. It was never meant to be a political project. We want communities to get along. We want to build cooperation and understanding. It is a fine line we walk, and I was constantly aware of this delicate balance. We are showing that there is a way for urban refugees and Kenyans to work together and benefit the community at large. This is something totally new. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I leave. Yeah, it shouldn't take longer than an hour. Okay, great. Hi, Bob. Are the guys here?
Yeah, they're inside.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Are you ready for the meeting?
Yeah. Can I get you a cup of tea?
Yes. Actually, no, we don't have much time. The police say I can't stay long.
Yeah, of course, it's not safe.
Okay, let me get straight to the point. People need us to do more. More on the information and more on the discussion.
Yeah, more of everything, but also we need
a more open discussion about the impact of the raids in the community.
But Momo, we've talked about this before.
But that was before the raids.
But I just don't want to rock the boat. The station has been doing so well. I really think we should stick to personal interest stories. That's, after all, what you do best.
Vijana raundi mmeenda mbali. Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Camila. I'm their producer.
Camila Bennett, Urban Refugee Action. It's a pleasure, but probably not the best time to be in Eastlands.
Tunaweza kusaidiaje afisa?
Unajua ile kitu nataka.
Is everything okay here?
Everything is okay. I can see you are in a meeting. I'll come back later.
No, I think we were just finishing up, weren't we? Yeah. Is it safe for me to go outside?
Of course, of course. I will escort you. You never know what will happen nowadays.
Thank you. I appreciate that, officer.
No problem. We are here for your security. Nitarudi.
Tell me about MoMo and Wazi FM.
He didn't have time for anything else apart from Wazi FM. He gave his heart and soul to it.
Tukalose watoi wetu, tukalose mother zetu, na tukalose pia close ones wetu. Na mpaka saa hii Kenya state yake imekuwa ni noma. Just the other day kumekuwa na mabomb blast. Tumelose lives. Imekuwa pigo kubwa sana kwetu si wote Kenya nzima. Baada ya hapo kumekuwa na msako. Watu wengi walichukuliwa na watu wengi wanalalamika kama ndugu zao, madada zao, wazazi wao. Hakuna mtu yote ambaye anapatikana kwenye hizo police stations. Na leo tuko na mom anajiita Mama Rashid. Karibu sana Mama Rashid, Momo.
Assalamu alaikum hooyo. Kusoo dhawaad Wazi FM.
Alo wiilkayga telefoonka way igama qabanayo. Waxaan sameeynaa magar telefoonkiisuna uu dansan yahay.
Hooyo. Miyaa saaxiibadiis wacde? Hapo sasa nimemuuliza kama ipigia simu rafiki zake.
Okay.
Hello hooyo.
Saaxiibadiis nambaradooda ma hayo.
Hooyo mid barabaan inay ku sheego. Xale askara xaafadda soo gashay. Dad badan baa la watay, dad badan la watay. Midda kale baabuur bay ku qaateen waxayna aadeen community center.
Xagee aadeen? Wiilkaygina xagee la aadeen?
Hal mid barabaan inaan ku sheego. Bob ayaa askarta nambarkooda hayo. Nambarkaas lagu siina askariga wac markaas weeras wiilkaaga meesha ku xiran yahay.
Waa la xiraa.
Hooyo.
Not that he was so into it, but just in a general way. I think he's trying to find himself, to find that place to be happy for who he is. He's certainly more optimistic than I am. Forgive me for saying this, but he strangely seems to think that justice will win in the end. Me? I'm not so sure.
Hooyo maadsantahay. Mid ayaan rabaa inaan ku weydiiyo. Dad badan ayaanu dagaalamayaan. Kuwaas ka mid ah Camila, Kevo iyo Ernest. Wax ay nagu samayn karaan male.
waxaan jeclaan lahaa sida camal inaan iimaan u qabo. Laakiin uma maleynaa inay naga taxadaraan sida aad u maleynayso.
Mid ayaan rabaa inaan ku sheego. Maxaa xasuustaa noloshan qaxootiga ah?
Waxaan xasuustaa aabe oo na baraayo xidigaha.
Aabe oo jaamacada aadayo khidmad xaafadda imaanayo.
Waqtigaas waa la soo dhaafay.
Laakiin waqtigeena hadda joognaa.
Waqti la'aan ayaan ku noolnahay. Maciishadan xun, wadan la'aan, dhaqan la'aan. Halkan uma maleynaa inaan guri ka heli doono.
Mid ayaan rabaa inaan ku sheego. Ani ahaanteedu markaa Wazi FM ku soo biiray. Xiriir badan ayaa yeeshay.
Waayahay. Laakiin uma maleynaysaa haddayna celiyaan Kevo inuu noogu soo boqoni doono daaba markaa kuma.
Saasa dhihin.
Okay, way dhici kartaa inaan walwalsanahay. Laakiin halkan leenahay anaga. Markay hooyo aabe ay ka hadlayaan Soomaaliya wax yar xataa ma dareemayo. Ani waxaan u maleynayaa wadadan inaan meesha aan ku noolaani doono.
Mid ayaa ku sheega arinta in ka badan way jirtaa. Ha walwali.
Soomaali meel kasta way joogaan. Laakiin halkan ani dadkaygan ka mid ahay.
Why did you arrange a marriage for Momo, even though he had a Kenyan girlfriend? Is there a particular reason why you did not want your son to marry her?
No, I didn't have any specific reason. Nothing against his Kenyan girlfriend. But first of all, I didn't know that he had a Kenyan girlfriend. Second, Somali traditional marriage are arranged by the parents. It's normal.
Masha Allah, qurux badanaa.
warkaas adiga malid warkaas gabadhaas kale
Kaala aniga qurux marka arko ma sheegan karin miyaa?
wixii hore ka tag waxa maanta qaado
Wixii hore soo kaaga taga waalidkii aroos iiga gabanayay.
aabbaha aad ku jecel runtii jecelku ku qabo waa aad u weyn runtii faraantigan casriga ah ku gara inuu aabbaha ku jecel yahay
Faraanti casri iyo aroos la isoo gabeeyay.
maxamedow reerkiina Soomaali markay joogan waxay ahaan reer ladan oo barwaaqaysan oo shaqaysan u fiican ay ahayn hadda inta markay yimideen xogoo dhaqaalahoodii waa hoos soo tagay si marka dhaqaalahooda kor ugu soo kaco reerkiina gabadhaas family fiican ay ka dhalato oo lacag leh guurso si oo reerkiina dhaqaale ugu soo noqdo oo labada reer baari u noqdo baari u noqdaan yahay yaa baarin u noqo reerkaada shaqayso oo weliba yacni shaqaysana lacag marka hesho business samee shaqayso reerkaada ku markaas u shaqay saasna adeeg ku anficaysaa
And you really believe that you're going to be married?
What do you expect me to say? Of course I thought we were going to get married. This whole thing has been a bad shock. People are saying all sorts of things, making it sound like it's someone else. It's not the Momo I know.
When you found out that he was engaged to another woman, what was your reaction?
I had no strength to react. Things just fell apart.
Hello. Waalaikum salam. Korme? Hala. Meeqa saac? Bronesta. Meeqa qof? Anaa ku soo wacay. Haye.
Is it still going on?
Yeah.
Don't worry, Momo. Everything will be okay.
I'm tired of this, sweetie.
Everybody is. Nobody likes this.
At least Kenyan have choices.
So what about Somali?
Do you think we chose this when we came here?
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean? You know what? I'm sorry. This situation is giving me too much stress.
It's okay. I understand. Oh my, look at the time. I think we'd better leave before people start coming.
We still have time.
jana saa 10 ulikuwa ukisumbua wasichana wengine kwa gate. Oh, what a say.
Lakini wao walianza wakisema pepe mangu ni James. Mimi sitaki wana ni fake. Cheki sasa. Siku imekuwa mbaya. Haijapita hata moni. Na niko tired. Break time imefika. Yule puli hata ameshika. Itanibidi niluka kila dakika. Wacha nende twende nijifiche huko ndani. Na kupass time. Nitapass my ride. Na hata wakinicheka ni sawa tu. Nitakuwa famous kama Tupac Shakur. Nitashika MIC huku nikicheza chakacha. Na nina mix my culture. Na tena huyu puli nitamimploy kama bouncer. The igniter. Lyrics zangu zitawa set on fire. Na tena siku hizo sitakuwa mawaya. Mama, nataka kuwa rap. Mtoto wewe umenishinda. Nataka kuwa famous kala mashaka. Je, ukishindwa please nakupa kila nataka.
Niaje?
Acha kuwa mjinga. Nitaimba si hata hiyo ni sawa tu. Nataka kuwa famous kala mashaka.
Je, ukishindwa?
Please nakupa kila nachotaka. Nataka tu kuwakilisha niko kacha.
Acha kuwa mjinga.
Ni sawa tu.
Next utaimba.
Si hata hiyo ni sawa tu.
If you were so angry at Momo for sleeping with his sister, why didn't you confront him then and there?
Listen, I didn't know then and there. Not for sure. Otherwise, things could have gone differently. Very, very differently. So, nasikia. Sawa.
Ukweli?
Momo jo. Mimi najuanga na kwamba na jokes small, lakini situation ni serious. Sikuwa naona vitu hivyo jo awali. Sasa hizo zinakaa vitu tofauti kabisa.
Sasa ndio umeamua kubadilika.
Kushoto na kutoka kushoto. Hey, Bob. Ni aje? Kutulia. Sawa.
Patia my headphones. Cheki Momo, tunajua hii situation inaendelea, lakini nani ashaikapcha mtu mwingine akiuzi mapepa kwa kamera?
Hii ile story ya kuuza magazeti. Huyo jamaa nilikuwa na heta dabu. Hakuna story moja.
Story gani?
Hivyo. Jamaa ni noma.
Unamaanisha nini wewe?
Nachukua jamaa kwa kunoma.
Gava? Huyu jamaa ni Gava?
Nielewa.
Hii story basi afadhali tupeleke mbele.
Si kama Wazi FM. Si station ndogo tunafounda na NGO. Ikisi kubwa.
Lakini sisi kama Wazi FM sisi wote tunadai tunajali maslahi ya jamii. Tunapigania rights zao.
Kevo, unanielewa? Bado tunafounda na NGO. Kabila za makara wanaweza kama na wachukue kila kitu.
Afadhali tupeleke history kwa Gava. History si tunaweza ambia next.
Kabisa. Lakini si sahi. Hii kitu ni muhimu. Tuchukue the right time.
How did you find MoMo and Kevo?
MoMo interviewed me once for the show. He wanted me to give some advice, general in nature, to urban refugees on human rights issues. I have no idea how he got my contact, but he was polite, fairly insistent, and he was actually quite an insightful interviewer, so we kept in touch.
Poa sana Nairobi Islando kwa Wazi FM. Pale mambo ni wi, mambo ni wa. Tukisema mambo ni wi, unajua mambo ni nini? Mambo ni wa. Niliwaambia ni aje leo tuko na surprise yenyu na this is the day. Na ndio hii imefika. Leo tuko na special guest anaitwa Ernest. Ernest ni boy wetu. Amegrow hapa, ameishi hapa. Na guess what? Na yeye ni lawyer. Na pia ni specialist wa mambo zote. Mambo mob sana, kwa mfano kama maneno za refugee. Kwa hivyo kama uko na maswali zote zile unakuanga nazo unashindwa itakuwaje leo, basi ndio hiyo siku. Chukua na ngozi yako, dial hizo namba za Wazi FM, uliza swali yote, ni free. Hapa only at Wazi FM. Na hata kabla tuendelee, we have our first call on the line. Welcome Mama Fartun. Karibu Momo.
Thank you Kevin. Welcome again Ernest. Assalamu alaikum walaalayaal ku soo dhawaada Wazi FM. Hadda qadku waxaan kugu jirto Mama Fartun. Mama Fartun su'aashaada.
Run miya magaalooyinka Kenya in loo diiday oo la dhahay xerada qaxootiga ku soo noolaada?
Markale waa ku mahadsan tahay, fadlan jawaabta sug.
Thank you very much for your question, Mama Fartun. It's a very interesting question. Let me be clear because it's actually a bit of a complicated situation, okay? Now, the Kenyan government has put out a directorate that is suggesting that all refugees should be moved into camps and out of urban areas. Now, of course, for someone like you, this is something that's very confusing. This is something that brings a lot of fear. But let us be clear. There is a directorate, but it is being taken to the Kenyan High Court, and we are fighting it. Okay? So keep your eyes and your ears peeled, because you know that the systems here are very slow. But this is a very high-profile case, and the whole world is watching us. And in fact, we should use this as an opportunity to show the world that we are a real democracy. You know, not like a lot of these Western countries, which these days are not even taking in anywhere near as many refugees as we are. Thank you, Mama.
Mama Fartun, markale mahadsanid inaad qadka ku jirtid. Waa maqlaysay suun badan Ernest sheegay. Xubno ka tirsan dowladda Kenya ayaa arintan keentay in dad la tala xeelo oo meelaha qaxootiga la keeno, taas way dhici waayday sababta arintan maxkamadda gaartay. Waxa ogaata in xuquuqda loo dagaalamayo, adigana idaacadaha dhageyso, wararka la soco, saas oo aad iyo aad u mahadsan tahay.
Shukran sana Mama Fartun. Yeah, it's only at Wazi FM pale tunasemanganiaje. Language is not a challenge nor a problem. And you have a second call on the line. Her name is Mama Samir. Welcome sana Mama Samir. Momo.
Mama Samira ku soo dhawo barnaamijka Wazi FM. Su'aashaada fadlan.
Waa in salaamay. Oo maanta waxaan arkay qof aan garanayo oo dhalinyaro duufsanaya, laakiin waan cabsaday oo booliisku wana sheegi waayay.
Mama Samira, su'aashaada ku muwaadsan tahay, fadlan qadka ku jir.
Thank you for your question, Mama Samira. Now, of course, if Nairobi is small, Eastlands is so much smaller. We're all a community, we all know each other, so the most important thing is safety first. And you should know that there are investigators out there who have been trained to deal with these kind of things.
Markale Mama Samira, su'aashaada ku mahadsan tahay. Waxa ogaata anigu waxa deganay dalka Nairobi, gaar ahaan xaafadda Eastleigh. Maanta hadaan is caawin dariskaaga loo soo galaa biri adaa lagu imaanaya. Fadlan xooga saar in dadkaaga caawisid adin lagu caawiyo. Aad iyo aad u mahadsan tahay.
Oo hadday iga daba imaadaan.
Mama Samira, I want to congratulate you and tell you that I think you are very brave for what I hope you are going to do. Okay? But please remember something. You are only as safe as you are able to keep your brother safe. The minute you turn a blind eye, that's when things become terrible.
Markale Mama Samira, caawinta waa muhiim. haddii xaafad wax xun ka dhacdo fadlan askarta u tag u soo sheeg si oo xaafada u noqoto meel nadiif ah oo ciyaalkan ku noolaan karaan aad u mahadsantahay
laakiin ma hubo in aniga askartayda aamini doonto
Mama Samira, I understand your position, but please understand me. You need to try. Okay? You need to try.
Mama Samira, aad ayaa ku fahmaya. Askarta meesha waxay u joogaan inay ku caawiyaan. Fadlan isku day inaad u tagtid. Waa mahadsantahay.
Fiti kabisa, mambo wii wazee, mambo wa. Mnarusha hizo maswali zenyu na mmeona pia Ernest hajawashikisha handi, mambo inaenda tu ikiwa fiti. Ukiwa na concern, ukiwa na question, stories za law, stories za refugees. This is the time, dunga yo nangos, chukua nangosi yako bana tuashie. But in the meantime, we are going for a commercial break as we bring it live to you only at Wazi FM. Yeah. That was nice, you know.
I understand her position.
You can't be serious, Momo. Someone in your position should be setting an example in things like this.
But this thing is much more complicated. This woman does not care about her life. But what about her husband and her children? We are caught between Al-Shabaab and the police. If Al-Shabaab do not kill us, the police will arrest us. This woman knows this. The risks of exposing her family.
Hey, Momo, relax. Tulia, anatuokolea. He's just trying to help. He's on our side. But honest, yeah?
Yeah.
What if someone had evidence? Strong evidence that there was a policeman involved in a similar case. What would you do to report them and keep your family and friends safe? It's just the kind of situation anyone at Eastleigh could find themselves in, right? What would you advise? What would you do if you're in their shoes?
You're right. It is complicated. I suppose I'd try and make the evidence public if I could. But also make sure that my family and my friends do not suffer because of my actions.
What exactly do you mean?
You guys are the media. You understand these things better than I do, surely.
We should, but actually we don't.
Okay. The internet. It's a powerful tool, am I right? WikiLeaks, YouTube, Twitter, all impossible to stop. And when someone tries to censor them, they're always too late.
Then what about the family of this person who makes this information public? What will happen to them? Do they get protection?
I mean, he or she will have to figure out how to survive. And also understand that there'll be consequences with the police, the criminals, but most importantly, they have to find a way to protect their friends and family from any repercussions. What's it like? It's like those mafia affairs. When the family of the person who betrayed the clan has also been betrayed by the betrayer, then the family is fine. Understand what I mean?
Kevo and Momo, they got the concept immediately. They weren't expecting to be paid huge sums of money. They gave their lives to the station.
Was Bob there from the very beginning as well?
Ah, yes, Bob. No. He was the only one we had to interview for. Many people forget that it's not just Somalis who are refugees in this country. He's from the DRC. He's quieter than the other two, but I'm sure he has his fair share of stories. I don't know whether or not it was because he was the technical one or the way things just worked out. But Bob always felt like a bit of a third wheel. Sure, he contributed a lot to the station, but he didn't have that same sense of friendship that Kevo and Momo shared. Yes, they're friends. Of course they're friends. They had this bond of working together on the same mission. I mean, I certainly thought they were friends. But how can friendship stand up to division like this? National security, xenophobia, terrorist attacks in your own neighborhood. We have tried at Wazi. We've really tried. But at the end of the day, circumstances like these, there's only so much that you can do. Sorry. Am I late? Did I miss the announcement?
And in the category for the best community station, I've got to say, we've had serious strong contenders this year, straight across from Nairobi. It's been tough to decide. A long road. But finally, without further ado, for the best community station, it's Wazi FM.
Did you see Momo on the afternoon of the mayhem?
Yes, Momo was at the station. I remember that day I was covering the afternoon because of the mayor. Then he came back by himself. Anyway, it has been a bit of strange day. Momo and Kevo were having one of their disagreements, like always.
Na ukenda kwa honest, kesi ilikuwa tu poa. Lakini ukakimbia kwa honest si right time. Umetumezeshea, makarau ndio wale, sasa wanatutafuta. Saa zingine wanibebanga wazimu. Saa zingine waniambianga ni right time. Right time? Unafikiria nini Kevo? Kevo ulikuwa unafikiria nini? Sasa hii imetusaidia aje?
Tape? I don't know anything about a tape.
These kids nowadays even run their own community radio station to spread their hate speech. They call it freedom of information. I call it nonsense.
Thank you.
Were you aware that Wazi FM had footage of alleged corrupt police?
Tape? I'm the wrong person to ask. What happened at that station never really concerned me, apart from how Momo was with Sweetie.
How did Kevo feel about Momo and Sweetie's relationship?
Sweetie is my friend. I don't have those sorts of conversations with her brother.
Did you listen to Wazi FM? Would you say it had become more political over time?
I prefer to listen to music.
Thanks for coming.
Usijali.
Tuende Kevo amefika.
Nipe phone.
Twende. Nachelewa.
Sawa.
Did Sweetie know about the engagement?
No, of course she didn't know. How could she have known about the engagement and then gone ahead and spent the night there? Sweetie's not that kind of girl. She believed they were together. She saw only him in her future. He even proposed to her that morning. Imagine how she felt. Maybe that's why this cross-cultural relationship has so many problems. Do you know that Sweetie was even considering converting to Islam? The way she made it sound, it was all so innocent. She kept seeing the similarities between Islam and Christianity. When I told her, do you know that Momo can have up to 4 wives? She told me, well, his father didn't do that. Not everybody has to totally follow the customs. She believes everything good about that guy.
Wachana story ya dini. Ako wapi Sweetie?
Niache nini? Ile pain umecause. Unadhani unaweza fanya chenye unataka kurukaruka kila mahali bila consequences?
Hebu ngoja. Ngoja?
Ni ngoja nini? Wewe ufikiria watu wengine ama ni wewe tu?
Mimi nilikuwa nataka nibonge na Sweetie. Nimuelezee.
Uwezi mcall?
Sina namba yake, phone yangu imeharibika.
Hiyo ni story. Inaweza kuwa jina kubwa, lakini hii ni hoteli yangu. Tembea.
Who knows? I already told you they are always like that. Arguing about contents, about politics, you know. I'm just taking care of the technical parts. The rest is up to them.
Sikiza Momo, blanda yako kubwa ni kusikiza. Tulisemaje? Hii tape tunafaa tutumie. Tunafaa tuipeane tu deliver.
Ulienda solo.
Kuna noma gani nikienda solo?
Kuna
Niliwaambia nitarudi. Nimerudi. Makaratasi.
Kuna shida pande?
Kuna kitu rafiki yako anayo, nataka muhimize anipe.
Unamaanisha nini?
Kevo, hii ni chance yetu, acha nimshow.
Anishow nini?
Yule msee Kevo alikucheki na yeye. Ni wa kutoka Dadaab, yeye ni recruiter.
Wase wa gani?
Si unajua hiyo place?
Nyinyi watu mnafikiri mimi ni mjinga eh?
Sivyo afande, hata nataka ukuje na tuongee, hii kitu ni muhimu.
Wolalo ana information ya kusaidia polisi. Nafikiri unafaa kuwa ndani.
Lakini si unisikize.
Si lazima nifanye kitu.
Na information.
Hiyo yote ni rumors. Haina evidence.
Na tape.
Sikiza. Na kuhimiza uharakishe unilete hiyo tape. Ndio tuweze kukaa chini tuone nini kwa hiyo tape inaweza kusaidia. Meanwhile, hii ndashikilia ndio tuone vile tunaweza solve hiyo kitu haraka eh.
He's a mom.
Yes, Kevo is the one who broke the phone.
Did you know that your colleague took MoMo's mandate papers?
No, that is most irregular. I cannot understand for what reason you will have taken MoMo's papers. It is not the best practice. I'm sure there must have been a reason. A refugee without papers nowadays is extremely vulnerable.
And what did you know about Wazi FM?
As far as I know, Wazi FM was a community station. I listen to it sometimes, though it can be very difficult to understand those young men because they mix bits of Sheng English and Somali, so it's very hard for me to follow.
Did you like it?
Yes, I did it. Many people liked it. It was unique in its own way, and it played great music and great sketches. And at least you would expect something new in every single day. They even interviewed community policemen. You have no idea how tough it is to work in those streets. Everyone is under an immense pressure. They even wanted to follow me around for their radio documentary.
There was mention of a tape at Wazi, a sensitive tape, evidence of some sort. Did you know about it?
Tape? What tape? I've not heard anything about a tape. And of what evidence is that tape? I think I'm confused, sir. One thing I know, and which I will tell you for sure, is that that particular day we were patrolling with my colleague. And then he received some information about the possible involvement of this MoMo in the latest grenade attack. I was surprised because I knew those guys. But since he was my superior, I had to follow his instructions. So we went there to arrest those guys.
Bob. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah, you know security.
Of course. How was it?
It was fine. Let me take over now.
What? Are you sure? It's not there somewhere you have to be right now?
No, everything is set. Just waiting for the wedding to happen.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I see. What are differences, huh?
Have a nice day.
Okay. Man.
Pamoja.
See you.
Poa. Siku njema.
Yeah, poa.
Did you send Momo a text the evening of the matter? A text to meet you at Wazi?
What? No. I didn't send Momo anything. Anyway, I couldn't have. I lost my phone. I haven't seen it since. Why would I have been trying to call Momo anyway? Jacinth had already told me that his phone was broken. I'm sorry, I'm not following your questions. I don't understand.
There is no reason that I should be the subject of investigations here. I should be the one helping you to investigate.
You could help by answering my questions. What happened that day?
Well, it was a typical day during these operations. We were tired and exhausted. That's when I received a tip from one of my trusted informants that Momo might be involved in the recent grenade attacks. We decided to accost him to the station where the evidence was supposed to be.
You pursued a suspected terrorist with no backup?
Where do you suppose I could have gotten a backup at that time? We were overstretched as it was. The information was fresh. I was best to handle it, and I decided to act quickly.
Is it true that you had previously confiscated Momo's papers?
Well, yes, I checked Momo's papers just to make sure they are not fake.
The evidence you talk about, is it on the tape?
I have told you already, I have no idea about this tape you keep on talking about. Do you believe in everything they tell you? If you listen to their problem, it's all about human rights, freedom of information, and how they are suffering from this political situation. Do they forget it's their own who are creating this situation? Policemen are being killed daily in Dadaab escorting humanitarian type, without armored vehicle or hardly any support. For what? 300 bob. And then we go back home. We cannot feed our families. We cannot feed our own children. Do you know how much support these guys receive? And they might even be terrorists. And now you support them more than me. At the end, they are the good guys and we are the bad guys, right?
Mwanze sweetie angeshow Kevo juu yetu.
Ulikuwa ina expect?
Angenitrust sai Kevo ataniua.
Amekuwa akikusaka.
Nilikuwa na siku ngumu, nilikuwa napanga vitu mob.
Kama harusi yako. He turned and left after that. When he found out that Kevo knew about him and his sister, he got very angry. I think he was really confused about what to do. We were all really confused. The situation was incredibly tense. Do you think I can have a glass of water? I'm exhausted.
Momo. Wewe na Momo? Wewe na Momo? Kuanzia lini wewe na Momo?
Imekuwa kama mwaka mmoja.
Jamaa ananibebaje?
akukatie. On the same day ndio bado anaenda kukatia hiyo kidem kingine. Ndio bado anaenda kumario dem mwingine. Na ni best yangu. Siza uko serious. Unakationa best yangu na mnanificha na leo jioni bado ndio naenda siju kuoana. Kevo nini? Hizo siku zote mmekuwa mkikatiana na hakuna kitu hata mnaniambia. Mmekuwa mnanificha nini? Of all the people uko na mwatu chukue best yangu. Kevo nini? Na ninyi mnanibebaje?
I don't know why you had to drag me down here. Don't you have enough Somalis to worry about? Lazima tu mniingize kwa hii blanda yote.
Relax, boy. You're just here to answer some questions. For example, were you at the maskani with the others when Kevo arrived?
Tulikuwa maskani na maboys. Ilikuwa ni idea ya Kevo. Alikuwa amejaa ngori.
Siwezi kuona kutumata hii daily alafu unakuja na nigonga change.
Kevo. Ni aje jamaa?
Kwa sana manzi umelost. Huyu msana nigonga change yangu manzi Kevo bana. Unataka kuniambia kile utakuwa unanigonga chwani? Nipate chwani yangu. Tusikosane juu ya chwani manzi. Kwani unajenge madhako nyumba na change yangu ni? Nipate do yangu. Hii ni siku ya 3. Hii ni chwani yangu. Hii ni siku ya 3 na mesh.
Responsible for one of the most deadliest terrorist attack yet. Officers of the General Service Unit had to be called in to calm the situation. Behind the irate crowd, the mangled remains of a minivan that was carrying 25 people. According to eyewitnesses, a man in his early 20s threw an
Somali tuachapa vibaya sana.
Acha nikwambie samaki. Hakunanga kitu fiti utokea kwao. Angalia ile balaka yetu sasa iko nayo. Na hata hii si blanda yetu.
Manzi, Kenya kukaliki juu yao saa hii. Wanakuja hapa na maridhe na magrenade na bado tuko na marefugee wao.
Lakini unajua refugee ni watu pia.
Refugee ni watu kitu gani wanatupora mali zetu? NGO na UN wakituma vitu zao. Si upata. Si ni wa Somali upewa.
Unajua isi limit $100 inatembea kwa mikono za watu.
Bas, katika story yote kuna Mkenya ushikangayo do. Si wote ni wa Somali uanga napewa.
Si tuko na wasomo wa Kenya.
Msomali ni Msomali Kevo. Usidanganywe.
Najua ni aje? Si uongo. Msomo ni somo. Na imagine MoMo amekuwa akinyanyua sister yangu uliona hata simeze.
Eti?
Amempropozia leo na leo ndio bado anaenda kupropozia demo na jitamani.
Yaani MoMo nakafunga na demo mwingine alafu ananyanyua sister yako. Na Keva kuna kitu umedu. Acha unyonge. Acha kwa mnyonge manzi Kevo.
Unajua ni aje? Mimi hata sitaki vako za historia please. Sitaki vako za Wazi. Sitaki vako za hawa somo.
Manzi hizo jo. Hawa machali waga hivyo wote lakini hatuwezi kanyage history. Si ni kitu moja manzi. Unataka tufanyaje? Have you ever lived in Eastleigh? Do you know how it's like living with these Somalis now? I was born there, and things were different. Life was hard, but it was our hard.
Yes, but go ahead. Explain to me what happened that day. Did you guys go to this mayhem?
Now, what would you do if that poor girl was your sister?
But it wasn't violent. I only took the phone so that I can show the Amal girl the SMS. I wanted to show her what kind of a person that she was going to marry.
Did you know that MoMo had a Kenyan girlfriend?
No, I knew very little about MoMo, though from what I hear, it seems very likely.
And why would a rich family like yours arrange a marriage with a poor refugee family?
You should be asking my parents, not me. I mean, they tell me I must get married, and yet the man supposed to marry me isn't there.
Uniana
Can you tell me a bit more about what happened on the day of your maher? Anything unusual?
Yes. Now that you ask me, there is something really strange that I noticed that day. It all felt weird, like everything was fake.
We are here to tell you the truth about Momo.
What is this, Kevo? Why did you have to do this?
How many of you knows Momo? And how many of you knows what he's been doing behind your backs? You see this? This is my sister's phone. He proposed to my sister the same day that he was going to get married. That is your son, Momo. You don't believe me?
You Somalis, hamwezi treat watu vile nyinyi mnafikiria. Nyinyi wageni hapa. Go back to your country.
You are the guest. This is our house. Get out of here.
And where is Momo?
Yeah, where is he? Yeah, sleeping with my sister behind my back. Where are you, coward? Where are you? Sleeping with my sister behind my back. Where is he? Yeah, always sneaking behind my back.
Shut up!
I'm always listening to Wazi FM. He started speaking right in that moment. I couldn't believe it.
It was like he was there with us.
What was he doing at Wazi FM?
Assalamu alaikum. Mambo Nairobi. This is probably my last broadcast on Wazi FM. Right now, outside the station, police officers are ready to break in. I'm trapped. No escape. No back door. If I'm lucky, they'll arrest me. So please don't forget us. And remember the dream of Wazi FM. Kumbuka, bado tunaweza ishi pamoja kwa amani.
So what is it? Corruption? Terrorism? Both?
Listen, I did know then and there. Not for sure. Otherwise, things could have gone differently.
No, I didn't send Momo anything. And anyway, I couldn't have. I lost my phone, and I haven't seen it since.
I can't believe that she had thought that she had lost her phone. It was when you think about it.
As a son of mine, even if you don't believe me.
Tape? What tape? I've not heard anything about tape.
Not that he was so into it, but just in a general way. I think he's trying to find himself. To find that place to be happy for who he is.
He started speaking right in that moment. I couldn't believe it.
The family of the person has also been betrayed by the betrayer, then the family is fine.
It all felt weird, like everything was fake.
Somali traditional marriage are arranged by the parents. It's normal.
There is only one question remaining at this point. Where is the evidence?
Nafanya chochote?
Najua.
Na bunduki.
Unaonaje tukijaribu
kuitisha backup ya askari wengine.
Kutoka lini ukakuwa mwoga?
Unajua, huyu si kama wale wengine.
Assalamu alaikum. Mambo Nairobi. This is probably my last broadcast on Wazi FM. Right now, outside the station, police officers are ready to break in. I'm trapped. No escape, no back door. If I'm lucky, they'll arrest me. So please don't forget us. And remember the dream of Wazi FM. Kumbuka, bado tunaweza ishi pamoja kwa amani.
Yeah, I've uploaded it. Safari njema bro.
Undoubtedly, we must ask, Mr. Speaker, as we point fingers at security agencies, we also must point fingers, Mr. Speaker, at ourselves. This nation has allowed itself to become so corrupt to the point where we as citizens turn a blind eye or even facilitate, as the recipients and beneficiaries of corruption, elements that would come into this country to destroy our citizens, to destroy our property, and to destroy our way of life. We must, Mr. Speaker, take responsibility for the situation that we are in individually and take account and make a stand and make a choice that from now on, henceforth, every agency, every person, every civil servant must take responsibility for our actions, because the end result, Mr. Speaker, of that corruption is what we see at the Westgate Mall today.